आणि ह्याच बरोबर आपण आपल्या पुढच्या स्पीकरकडे वळत आहोत. We are joined today by Ms. Arpita Datta. She is currently occupying the office of National Coordinator of the National Students Union of India. Also, she is serving as a media panelist of the Indian National Congress in the state of Assam. She is a fellow at the Women in Government Fellowship Program hosted by Fem First Foundation. She has graduated from the Miranda House of the Delhi University and has been very active in leading protest agitation programs on issues of women's rights, students' issues, and so on. We are joined by Arpita Datta. I request my tech team to please take her on screen. And Arpita, we open the stage for your remarks. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome. It has been an absolute delight to hear all the wonderful speakers speak on such a broad topic. When I was said to talk about youth for a better world, a lot of things came to my mind, and a lot of pertinent issues related to this subject has already been spoken by the previous speakers. However, as a student activist who has been in the space of politics, what I would like to talk about today is definitely the political empowerment of the youth in our country and also in the world. मेरा एक विश्वास है कि राजनीति एक ऐसी चीज है जहां पे हमें युवाओं की बहुत बहुत ज्यादा ही जरूरत है. युवाओं का एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका होता है राजनीति में. मैं जब दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ाई कर रही थी और NSCY के साथ काम कर रही थी, मैं ऐसे बहुत छात्रों से मिलती थी जो पॉलिटिक्स को सुनते ही दूर हट जाते थे. उनको पॉलिटिक्स पसंद नहीं थे. They would call themselves apolitical. They would say that they don't like politics. And this is something that used to always bother me. क्योंकि when we go to college, हमारी उम्र होती है 18 साल की और तब हमें वोटिंग का राइट्स मिलता है. और मेरा विश्वास ये है कि when we get the right to vote, it is a huge responsibility. When we cast our vote for a candidate, we are choosing somebody who's going to represent our constituency, who's going to represent our country. So it's a huge responsibility. So I always had this firm belief that as young college-going students, we were absolutely responsible. We should have been absolutely responsible when it comes to being in the space of politics, and definitely not shy away or call yourselves apolitical. क्योंकि अगर आप system में हो, if you're part of a society, you are inarguably political in every single way. You might not like it, but that makes you political as well. तो आज मैं इसी बारे में बोलना चाहूंगी कि मैंने देखा है कि बहुत ऐसे छात्र होते हैं हमारे एज के जो पॉलिटिक्स में आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं. बहुत ऐसी महिलाएं होती हैं, लड़कियों को मैं मिल चुकी हूँ जो बहुत ही टैलेंटेड है, उनमें बहुत हुनर होता है पॉलिटिक्स में आगे आने के लिए, लेकिन उनको वो मौका नहीं मिलता है. तो मेरा यही विश्वास है कि it's high time that people who are occupying space, older people who are occupying space, definitely need to make space for the young population. India is a young country. We are called a young country for a reason. And we see कि हमारे generation के जितने छात्र हैं दूसरे fields पे, culture में हो, education में हो, sports, literature, art, they move forward. But when they are asked to represent themselves as an activist or come out to the field of politics, they often shy away. That is what I have experienced. And this is even more worse when it comes to women. आज अगर हम ऊपर लेवल के पॉलिटिक्स को देखें, we see that there is a little bit of there is not little bit, quite a monopoly of people who are old, and there's very few space for young people. हो रहा है बदलाव, लेकिन अभी भी there's a long way to go. बट अगर हम स्टूडेंट्स यूनियन का भी स्पेस देखें, उसमें हमें दिखने को मिलता है कि इट्स हाईली मेल डोमिनेटेड. जो हमारी पेट्रियार्कल सोसाइटी है वो हमें दिख जाता है, क्योंकि व्हेन आई वाज अ स्टूडेंट इन दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी एंड वी यूज्ड टू हैव द दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी स्टूडेंट्स यूनियन इलेक्शन, आई यूज्ड टू सी दैट देयर आर 4 seats, and out of those 4 seats only one was reserved, sort of reserved for women when it came to participation, political participation. वो रिजर्वेशन था नहीं, इट वाज एन अननेम्ड अनमास्क्ड रिजर्वेशन, टोकनिज्म जिसको हम बोलते हैं. तो उसी चीज को लेके मैं बहुत परेशान हो गई थी उस टाइम पे, एंड दैट इज व्हेन आई डिसाइडेड दैट आई शुड be in that space. I think like Sadaf mentioned, कि if I want to be in a space where there are more women in power, then definitely this change will have to start with me. तो अभी अगर आज हम if we see world politics, we have Sanna Marin. She's Finland's third prime minister, and when she became a third female prime minister, and when she became the third female prime minister, she was just 34 years old. Then we have Jacinda Ardern from New Zealand. She was just 37 years old when she became the prime minister of New Zealand. I recently had a mentorship session with an MP from Sweden, Emilia Toira, and she was 29 years old when she became a member of the parliament. And you see, in world politics, youth, they appear to be, having a moment of change. But the case is definitely not the same in India. There's a lot that needs to be done, a lot that has already been done, and a lot that still needs to be done. Like I said, when I talked about women's representation in college level elections or college level politics, it is very mere. And the reason why it's very mere is क्योंकि महिलाओं का जो महिला को जो हम देखते हैं पार्लियामेंट पे या स्टेट लेवल पे, उनका डेटा, उनका स्टैटिस्टिक्स भी बहुत कम है. We just have 14.3% women in parliament, and 8.8% is the average of women MLAs that we have in our assemblies. So अगर उसी लेवल पे, नेशनल लेवल पे, स्टेट लेवल पे हमें इतना कम रिप्रेजेंटेशन महिलाओं का देखने को मिल रहा है, so how do we expect a greater representation of women in student politics when it comes to youth? How do we expect more girls, more female students to come out and be in that space? That is where I have always been a very staunch supporter of the women's reservation bill. Mahilao ka arakshan, I feel like, is the utmost priority of the country, and this reservation should not just be limited to the state and national level, should definitely extend to political parties as well. हमने देखा था कि 73rd और 74th amendment के बाद एक बहुत बड़ा बदलाव आया था. We have women now in local level government bodies doing amazing, fabulous work. I think another factor that I'd like to bring in here is education. When we talk about youth, education is a very central part of it. And local level पे जब हमें मिले महिला प्रधान, जब हमें मिले 73rd 74th amendment के बाद, हमने देखा कि एजुकेशन के सेक्टर पे बहुत अच्छे काम हो रहे थे. Infant mortality rates were reducing. There was a sudden increase in educational retention. कोई dropouts local level पे कम हो रहे थे education के, जो हमारे इंडिया पे एक बहुत बड़ा problem है. So see, that's where I think that we need more women in positions of power so that they can create spaces, they can create policies for these young girls, for these young men. And when I talk about education in rural areas, it's just not restricted to girls only, it's restricted to boys as well. So this is all because of the amendments that came in and changed the whole scenario of politics at the local level. And now it is absolutely a high time for us to have that in the national and state level as well. And I think I'll have to bring in the intersectionality aspect of this as well, because when we talk about youth, we don't want just a segment of the youth going up the ladder. We want women to come up. We want people from the LGBTQ plus community to come up, people from the DBA community, people from the oppressed minority communities, youth from these communities to come up and take that space. मेरा यही मानना है कि हर युवा में, हर इंसान में, as a matter of fact, every youth has leadership qualities in them. They are leaders in themselves. All they need to do is find their niche. अगर आज कोई मैंने अपने ड्यू के टाइम पे ये कल्चर देखा है कि कोई बहुत सारे इश्यूज हैं, कोई अपने स्टेट के लिए लड़ रहा है, फ्लड प्रॉब्लम्स के लिए लड़ रहा है, कोई CAA के लिए लड़ रहा है, कोई एनवायरमेंट क्लाइमेट चेंज के लिए लड़ रहा है, somebody is fighting for the queer community. So this is what the youth is concerned of, and उसी में हम लोगों को हमारे बीच में से लीडर्स देखने को मिलता है. तो आज हमें everybody that is watching this webinar, that is part of this program, I urge you to request you to find that leadership within yourself, identify your niche, and be an agent of social change, because change will not happen overnight. It will only happen once you take that step. I would like to talk about a little bit about my experience as a student activist. I was blessed to have a community of wonderful women as seniors who created a very smooth space for me. When I joined politics as an activist, I was merely 18 years old. And age exacerbated with my gender was a huge problem. A lot of the times, even though I could do a certain work, even though I had the potential, I was sidelined, I was shunned away because of my age. And that is when I understood that age is just a restriction that the society has created to cage the youth. So, but fortunately, I had a lot of seniors in my team, in my organization, who helped me climb up that ladder. It was sort of a solidarity, a cohort of women who were trying to uplift young girls to come up in the field of politics. And today, as I stand where I stand, my goals and my ambitions are the exact same. If I'm here today, I want to create that space for 10 other young girls who will not shy away from being in the space of politics just because of their gender, just because of their age, who will come up. Ki kal, if I climb up the ladder, meri jo jagah rahegi, usme aur 10 ladkiyan aa paए. And again, education is education, I believe, एक ऐसा शास्त्र है, एक ऐसा अस्त्र है औरतों के लिए, युवाओं के लिए, पॉलिटिक्स के क्षेत्र में आने के लिए, पॉलिटिक्स के क्षेत्र में आगे बढ़ने के लिए. तो मैं सबसे जो जितने हमारे आज यहाँ पे युवा है, मैं सबसे यही अनुरोध करना चाहूंगी कि do not shy away. Do not be restricted by your age, by your gender, or other barriers that the society might have created for you. Take inspiration, take examples from people around you. Like I said, find your niche. Everybody is a leader in their own. Everybody is a follower on their own. It's just that you have to identify that niche of yours. हमारी जनरेशन के पास वो ताकत है, युवाओं के पास वो ताकत है एक अलग बदलाव लाने के लिए. अगर हम राजनीति के क्षेत्र को देखें, महिलाओं के लिए अगर हम देखें तो अम्मा, दीदी, wearing a sari, having a certain kind of hair, not looking a certain way is a huge aspect. And same goes for men as well. They're supposed to dress up a certain way. They're supposed to have a certain masculine attitude to be in that space of politics. And I think our generation is able to make that change. Today we have young women across party lines standing up for each other, making that change. They're making that voice, बोल रहे हैं कि हम क्या पहने, हमारे बाल कैसे, हम क्या, उस पे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, हम क्या काम करते हैं, हम किस तरीके से काम करते हैं, उस पे आप ध्यान दो. And this is, I think, a huge change that our generation is bringing. So yeah, empowering youth leadership of utmost important at this point of time. Political parties, anybody, civic social organizations who has the capacity should definitely create awareness programs, sensitization programs, do capacity building for anybody who is interested to be in the space of politics, and make this space of politics more age friendly, more gender friendly, and a safe space for anybody who wants to be in the space of politics. And I'd definitely like to end on a note that the youth, they have an extremely pivotal role to play when it comes to political empowerment, when it comes to building the nation and shaping the nation. And we have a long way to go when it comes to that. But I'm sure together, I think this opportunity today that has been given to me and to the rest of the speakers is a very good way to inspire. I have been inspired by, I think, listening to Dr. Sadaf, it gave me so much inspiration, to climb up that ladder, to not feel that I'm behind just because of my age or my gender. So yeah, I hope that you all, everybody who's watching this program, you find that strength within yourself, find that leader within yourself to climb up the ladder, be an agent of change, and definitely build a better world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arpita, for this excellent speech. At your age, with this maturity, we are sure you will go a long way there. We do have a few people wanting to ask you some questions, if you may not mind. We are joined in studio by Shilpa Gunzar. She is an architect by profession, and she's here in Sangamner with us. She would like to pose a question to you.
हेलो अर्पिता जी, आपके राजनीतिक सफर में आज तक का आपका एक महिला होने के तौर पे कैसा अनुभव रहा? और युवा महिला जो साथी है जो राजनीति में आना चाहती है, उनके लिए कोई 2 या 3 महत्वपूर्ण चीजें क्या होनी चाहिए?
थैंक यू फॉर द क्वेश्चन। आई थिंक सफ़र किसी का भी राजनीति जैसे मैदान पे आसान नहीं होता है, खास करके जब आप एक महिला हो। लेकिन मैंने जैसे बोला, आई हैड फ्यू मेंटोर्स, आई हैड अ फ्यू ग्रुप ऑफ विमेन हु वर सीनियर्स हु हेल्प मी क्लाइंब अप द लैडर। तो अगर आप एक युवा महिला हो जिसको आपको जब आप जो जिसको पॉलिटिक्स में आगे बढ़ते जाना है, स्टूडेंट एक्टिविज्म ही हो या किसी और तरीके से, मैं यही बोलूंगी कि अपना सिस्टरहुड, अपना सॉलिडारिटी बिल्ड करो। ये मसल और मनी पावर का कल्चर इतना ऐसा हो चुका है कि हमें लगता है कि सिर्फ मसल पावर और पैसे होने से ही आप पॉलिटिक्स पे आ पाओगे। आप अपना ऐसा सिस्टरहुड क्रिएट करो कि कल अगर आप कहीं पे कैंपेन करने के लिए जाओ, कोई मुद्दे को उठा के प्रोटेस्ट करने के लिए जाओ, आपके साथ 50 और ऐसी लड़कियां हो जो आपको सपोर्ट करे, जो आपके साथ उस मुद्दे के लिए लड़े। वही आपका पॉलिटिक्स में as a woman, you know, it should be your goal to uplift 50 other women, 100 other women, 10 other women in whatever capacity you can. You know, that is one of the challenges I face. बहुत छोटी छोटी सी बात होती है जो हम कभी सोचते नहीं है। You know, in my political journey, when I used to go for election campaigns, when I used to election, आप सबको मालूम होगा कि जब चुनाव का माहौल होता है, सुबह से रात तक हम लोग को डोर टू डोर कैंपेनिंग करना पड़ता है, काम करना पड़ता है। लेकिन एक औरत के लिए कितना मुश्किल हो जाता है जब वो रूरल एरिया में होती है, सैनिटेशन फैसिलिटीज नहीं होती है, टॉयलेट्स नहीं होते, बाथरूम नहीं होती है, स्पेशली व्हेन दे आर मेंस्ट्रुएटिंग. So these are some of the small challenges that we as women face, but nobody will talk about it, nobody will realize. प्रोटेस्ट में जब हम होते हैं और हमारे साथ 100 और मर्द होते हैं, हमें सोचना पड़ता है कि nobody touches us, you know, in a certain way, that we are safe. So these are some of the challenges, and I think the only way to overcome is have more and more women with you. When I was campaigning for a candidate in a rural constituency in Assam, I had 10-15 other women with me, so that whenever I had to use the washroom, I would take all of them कि हम सब जाएंगे एक साथ and we will find that time to use the washroom. Protest में जब मैं जाती थी, मुझे डर लगता था because I would see all these men climbing up the barricades, push and pull करके. अभी I have these 10-15 women with me, हम एक साथ चिल्लाएंगे कि हमें भी जगह दो, ऐसा मत करो, behave. You're in a civilized society, you're a civilized, educated person fighting for a cause, behave. So my only suggestion would be to build that sisterhood solidarity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Our next question to you is from Mr. Pradeep Nehe. He joins us from USA. I would request Pradeep ji to please go ahead and ask his question.
Hi, Arpita ji. This is Pradeep Ne from New Jersey, USA. I was patiently hearing your speech. It was very inspiring and enlightening. I hope that, the youth around there will get inspired by your words. With this, I would like to ask you one question that, if there are 3 advices you want to give to today's youth, what would be those?
I think 3 advices to today's youth, irrespective of their gender. First is to just come out, to not shy away, and just come out to the field. If you want to be in that any field, be it politics, be it any field you want to be, I think access to information itna easy hai hamare generation ke liye. There's a lot that can be done. So first thing is to just come out. And second suggestion or second advice that I'd give is to have very thick skin. It sounds difficult. I mean, like it sounds easy and difficult to do, but to have a thick skin, if you want to, last in any particular field, especially something like as politics, you have to have thick skin. And third is definitely engage in capacity building. आजकल के जनरेशन में पहले से ऐसा होता है कि जो भी फील्ड हो, जो भी काम हो, सबको शॉर्ट वे चाहिए, सबको आसान तरीका चाहिए उस मैदान तक पहुंचने के लिए. So आज हमारे पास we have so many opportunities. There are training programs, there are capacity building programs, and anybody who can get access to that, I urge and request them to hone their skill sets. बिना skills लेके, बिना education लेके, बिना नॉलेज लेके आप कुछ भी काम करने के लिए जाओ, योर लक माइट फेवर यू, बट उसके बियॉन्ड आपको कोई फेवर नहीं करेगा. So that would be my third advice, to be well informed, be well read, and enhance and hone your skills at every step of your life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arpita. With this, we
Thank you.
end the questions to Arpita. But Arpita, all the best for all your future endeavors. And we are seeing a very young, dynamic leader in you coming from Assam and rising to the national level. So all the best for all your future endeavors, dear. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining.
Thank you.